which is a piece of salt water that stretches between 2 points of land. So you'll see as you drive past, this here is a tickle, there's 2 land pieces there. It has to be salt water. And then we
channel of salt water between 2 narrow points of land.
Narrow points. That's the important part I missed. Well, if you lived on that island, then you definitely know about the bread oven I'm about to tell you about. Yeah, bread oven. The French love their bread. The abundance of history here is mostly French and English, with some Spanish and Portuguese, which we don't go into because it was a grassy knoll. There's a big stick right in front of it. That area right there is where our beautiful bread oven used to be. If you hover above it with a drone, you can actually see a circular indentation where it used to be. Aboard the ship was the co-founder of Insulet, co-creator of Insulet. So it was quite famous for that man. It unfortunately shipwrecked because of the weathers. They obviously must not have been prepared for it. So just along here, I think it's that area right there.
Right there, yeah.
Yeah. So it crashed along the shore. It was above water for quite some time. The people of the area helped everybody aboard.
It was in December 1940.
December 1940. Everybody made it off safely. Nobody was harmed. But once you strand your boat in Newfoundland, we get salvage rights. So we took just about everything we could from that ship. It used to be the community of Fortune. Over there you can see their graveyard, the little, actually pretty large cross up in the landscape over there. So what happened was in 1949, Newfoundland joined Canada officially as part of the country. And when that happened, Canada tried to get the communities around here closer together so they could create industry and jobs and, healthcare, give them all the things that they need to survive. They wouldn't pressure people into moving, but they would try and entice them. Some people were paid a little bit of money. The people that lived here chose not to move. Well, most of them.
Yeah, they moved up in 78.
Some of them moved up in 78. Some of them chose not to move. Some of them chose to move on their own without that money. So this is Fortune. There were about 5 houses here, 2 over on that beach over there. I'm not sure the names of the people that lived here.
A lot of Bartletts.
It was Bartletts, Carrolls, and Burnses.
Oh, the Carrolls were there.
Carrolls and Bartletts were here. Burnses were over in this school.
There's definitely either a chick or an egg in there right now. The mother or the father is always in the nest. The other is always flying around the area, keeping a watchful eye.
Also, both the male and female take turns in the nest.
Both, yes, they do. Very productive pairs.
Yes.
Very good. So this specific nest has been in use for many, many years. Over 40 at least. Almost every single year they come back consistently. We're not sure if it's the same family in different generations or different ones that just find the nest and decide that this is a good place to stay. If they find a nest, they're not going to make a new one because there's already one there. You can tell how long it's been here because of all the sticks that have accumulated along the side of it, just falling down the cliff. Fact about icebergs is that they're 90% underwater. So what you're seeing up there is only 10% of this iceberg. We estimate, in terms of size, it's probably another 200 meters meters below,
100 feet.
something. Feet, sorry, yes. Probably 100 and a bit feet under the water as well. Some of the lines that you see in it, those are formed from one of two things. The brown lines are formed from either when it rolls and picks up sediment from the bottom of the ocean, or it could be from mudslides or really windy days that carried mud over the ice and then it froze over. Icebergs are formed from layers of snow being compressed over and over hundreds of thousands of years. The blue lines are formed from one of two ways as well, either from cracking and then water getting into it and it's refreezing. That usually happens during its travel from its Greenland. Or it can happen in the ice when there was a period of warming while the glacier was forming. And so all of the ice, all of the water fell on top of the ice and then it froze ice rather than into snow. In 2011, we had a glacier that was 9 miles wide. It was so big that it had, it wouldn't be so, sorry, I didn't mean it. It's okay, it's okay. This is exciting, you're allowed to interrupt me for that. It was so big that it had its own microclimate. It had waterfalls and seals on it.
And these icebergs don't usually move with the wind. It don't matter which way the wind is blowing. The current usually take these icebergs, not the wind. Because there's way more underwater than is on top. So the wind has a little bit of effect to them, but nothing compared to what the sea. So most of our sea here comes from the north and goes on south. But sometimes you'll get it like they call it a hitty. It'll circle around. The current will turn the iceberg around again. But in most occurrences there, all these icebergs are going south. Little view of you. I would go in around the other side, folks, but there's a lot of shoals in there. A lot of the water is not very deep. Drops and we might hit it, so I'm not going to take our chance. Looked at this one this morning. This is one of the best blue veins I've seen in a long time for this one. We'll go around it and you'll have a good look at it. Amazing blue vein. On to that, this boat here was all up in '92 because of the fishery. When the fishery was over, nobody had fishing no more, so the boat got hauled up and now she's just left in pieces. That is her boat here. They had her to the wharf for a winter and they should beat up, so they got her over there to fix. But right of us here, this is the last remaining houses in Fortune. That's where them folks moved to, is right here. Oh, just greenhouse. This green one? That's where they moved to when they moved out of Fortune. So this business that I work for here now, they're 107-year-old. What they done before the tourism was they bought fish. They were fish merchants. So all these little places that caught fish, they sold to this building here. This building was built in 1920. And actually, to put the road in, they had to tear 14 feet out the front of this building to let the road come through. Oh.
Bye.